Hey, this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot and Tarot at 12, and this is part of the Relationship Warriors series. Today's topic is, are they cheating? Just to kind of give you a rundown about how the Relationship Warriors series works, I do a pick a card for which are timestamps in the description. And if you'd like to fast forward to the pick a card, please feel free. But this first section, just for a few minutes, I'm going to give you 10 signs to look for when they are cheating. But if you want to skip ahead and skip that information, you can skip ahead to the pick a card. All righty. So let's find out what is going on. Okay, so let me move those out of the way. There are 10 common signs of infidelity that you may want to look for. The first one is improved appearance. Now, all of a sudden, they're like trying to lose weight and they, I want to go get my teeth whitened, and I'm going in and getting my nails done now, and I never used to before. These are things that, suddenly like, hey, hopefully they're doing it for you, but when it's all of a sudden, it's something that they don't normally do, that may be a sign. Okay, number 2, secretive phone or computer use. Now, obviously, we all deserve privacy, and we all have our own, moments, even when nothing's wrong or secret, that we just want to feel like we have our own privacy or something for ourselves. But this is different. If they always left their phone, turned up and everything was fine, now all of a sudden it's always upside down or always in their purse, or they won't go to the bathroom without it, or it's in their car charging all of a sudden all the time. Also, maybe, if you share a computer, you would be able to see that, okay, the browser history has been cleared, or, things like that. When information starts disappearing, then, that's a clue. But again, taking that phone with them or always having it in the car charging or something goofy when it never was like that before, that's a sign. All right, number 3. Now, this is like when all of a sudden they're unreachable. Now, everybody has things they're doing, and we don't have to like talk on the phone every second or respond in 2 seconds. But when somebody is less available than when they used to be, takes them hours to respond to text, and that normally wasn't the way. Or they even give things that sound like, okay, I was in a meeting, or, I was driving, and, I forgot to charge my battery. All of a sudden, these things happening when it never, some people are just, forgetful, and they, their phone is always dead. Well, if it wasn't always dead before, why all of a sudden? Or like, the last point there. They're unreachable. I'm working late, or now I have to suddenly go on a business trip, and they never used to have to do that before. Again, you're kind of trying to compare it to the baseline of what you know already, but this could be a sign. All right, the 4th one. So they have significantly less or more or different sex in your relationship. Now, all of a sudden, it's just picked up, and you're like, geez, what happened? Or now never, why? What's going on? Or suddenly, let's try different positions. Or why don't you wear this cute little outfit? Or, I'm trying a new move on you. That doesn't sound right? So, this is important. There are times where, people aren't in the mood, people are overly in the mood, or let's try something new. That all is not bad in and of itself. But, when you're seeing clues, when you're suspicious, when all of a sudden things are different, this could be another clue, another sign. Okay. Your partner is hostile toward you in your relationship. They, cheaters always try to make it sound like, I'm not doing anything wrong, it's them. So the way they do that is to push it onto you. You aren't caring enough about yourself anymore. You used to always want to go out and do these things. You used to always say this or that or do this or that. You were, everybody over time, I mean, sometimes just, that honeymoon excitement phase is a lot more intense than afterwards. But at the same time, somebody constantly telling you that you're doing something wrong, especially if you bring it up to them, like, hey, we're not having sex anymore, or hey, you never answer your phone. And then they say something like, well, because you're never in the mood. Or they say, that's because you do this or that. It makes me do that or that you're complaining about. You see? So that's a sign. That's a sign. All righty. Let's move on. 6, an altered schedule. Again, this is very similar to things changing, like that don't make sense. All of a sudden, they have to work late or work more often, but yet you're never seeing this increased check, kind of thing. Or say they're late coming home, and they're late all the time, and they're like, oh, I had a flat tire. Oh no, there was a lot of traffic, or oh yeah, I was really into my workout. Like all of a sudden, there's all these things that are keeping them away. And then with the last one there, they forget to do things. All of a sudden, oh, that was today at 2:00. Oh, that's right. It's the birthday tomorrow. I got to do this or that. Or, oh, sorry, I missed it. They're forgetting things because their focus is elsewhere and they're selfishly thinking about themselves. So that is a red flag for you. Next, friends are acting uncomfortable around you. Somebody usually knows. Somebody usually knows what's going on. And then they feel awkward when they're around you. If it's his or her, the cheater's friends, or your friends, either way, somebody who knows this and for whatever reason has decided not to tell you about it, they're either going to avoid you. You can tell they're visibly uncomfortable, or all of a sudden they're super extra nice or complimentary or whatever. That might be something you might want to go, All right, next. Unexplained expenses. And this goes along with when I said about with them working late, but yet the check never goes up. Thinking, what's going on? So all of a sudden money's missing. There's strange charges that you're seeing that you would be like, well, what's this? Or simply just missing money. But sometimes it might have like a store or person, whatever they bought something from, that's odd that you wouldn't normally buy something from. So you got to use your intuition when you ask about it. Hey, what's this? Maybe they would say, oh yeah, I bought XYZ. And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, what if they say they bought something that sounds ridiculous, and then you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like you, Think about it. When people are cheating, it costs a lot of money. You got to be going out. You got to be paying for secret little rendezvous points, weekend getaways that they're supposedly working, and then they go to, Martha's Vineyard or whatever. So, it will, the costs will eventually show up in your daily joint money, their joint finances. That's the word. So yeah, be watching for that. Be watching for that. Okay, emotional intimacy has faded. So remember what we talked about their sex life when it's more or less. Well, this is a little bit taking it to a different level. This is about that emotional intimacy. They're just not as willing to talk with you about things. They don't seem to be as interested when you tell them things about what's going on, in your life, things that, you might be upset about, things especially that you would talk to your partner about to try to work through. And they just don't seem to either care, or they're clearly half listening, giving advice like that. Somebody who's not going to be emotionally vulnerable with you when they were before. Now, if you're with somebody who's always been like that, then this might not be something. But when it's faded, when you used to have it and now it's gone. See what I mean? The difference. All right. Our last one. Cheaters always deflect. When you ask them about their cheating, they're telling you you're cheating. Or, well, what about this? Or they avoid it completely and be like, yeah, let's talk later. They don't want to talk about it. They also know that, first of all, it's awkward to have to lie. Even skilled liars, they don't want another moment of being awkward and having to figure things out or to look like they're not lying. But yeah, you know, they're going to try to deflect it. They're going to try to avoid the topic, and they're going to steer it onto something else. They might even say something to you like, look at that bottom line there. If you trusted me a little more, maybe things would be better. So see, putting it onto you as opposed to saying, well, why do you feel that way? Well, I'm so sorry. Can you give me an example of how I made you feel that way so that I don't do that? You see, so all of these signs, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, all of these signs don't have to be present for somebody to be cheating. And each sign doesn't necessarily mean they're cheating in and of themselves. And there might be some that aren't listed here. However, these are 10 of the most common signs. I will put my sources in the description there. So if you would like to learn more, give you some tips and pointers and get you in the right direction for resources. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a pick a card for Are They Cheating? We're going to do a live shuffle. We're going to use Anna K, and we're going to do 3 piles. So are they cheating? We need to know, are they cheating? Okay, so we're going to do three piles. Each pile is going to have 4 cards, and we're going to do a reading for each. Pile 1, 2, and 3. 2, 2, and whoops, and 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay, so each of our piles has 4 tarot cards. Okay, so I'm going to straighten them out here. You can pause the video if you'd like. If you'd like to calm your mind, think of the question, are they cheating? See where your attention is drawn. Pause the video if you need to. Select your pile. Okay. Pile number 1. What have we got for you? Are they cheating? Okay. I think that the 2 of you are in a situation now where you kind of keep butting heads, making up, getting back together, or, you know, smoothing things over. We've got our 7 of rods here, which is our 7 of wands. Clearly, you know, they're in some kind of fight here, trying to protect themselves, to try to hold their own. They're trying to protect what is theirs. Clearly, that would be happening if you're cheating, but there's some deception there. So there's some deception. So the bickering back and forth, trying to figure it out, trying to understand where things are, there's deception. Now here, the reason I said that the arguing, getting back together, Star of Hope, being hopeful. So having a conversation about, okay, we argued about this, or okay, it might have looked like I was cheating. I understand you felt this way, and let's work it out. Let's talk about it. And now you're feeling good, and you're like, here's the Magician. Great, we have a new start. We worked it out. But then there's the arguing. It always resurfaces. It's resurfacing in your mind. It's resurfacing potentially arguing together, like physically actually having an argument. But it's always going to be there because it starts off great, in agreement. We're going to make this work. We're going to make it happen. We're hopeful. But then it resurfaces, and that smoke screen keeps coming in. So, pile 1, this is looking like that might be what is going on. So let's pull an endgame card, and we try to get a little bit closer, yes or no. This is looking like yes, cheating might be in the picture. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Yes, on this reading, I do think there might be some cheating going on. There is the Wheel of Fortune, which means that karma is coming. What comes around goes around. It continues. Remember what I said? I thought perhaps you've been dealing with this off and on, or other things that you're arguing with, and then starting a new fresh start. But then it keeps running on because you're still feeling like something's being hidden. What comes around goes around, and there's the karma. The karma will come. This person is not being honest. So this to me is looking like a possibility that yes, they are cheating. So look into that. Use your best judgment. Listen to clues. Remember the 10 signs that I just gave. And if you had not watched that, you can kind of click through that quickly. I put the signs in red, but then some description in there too. Remember, this says it looks like yes. So you need to decide, is this wrong? Is this incorrect? Can something be changed? Is this how it looks right now? Can you influence it in any way? Check it out and see. But right now it's looking like karma has to happen. Karma is coming. Karma is coming, and we got a smoke screen there. Use your best judgment. You listen to your intuition. You know best. You know this person. You know you. You know what's right. All right, my friend. I hope that goes well for you. Pile number 2. Let's see what you've got. Question is, are they cheating? Are they cheating? Okay. This, I can tell right off the bat, is a no. They are not. We've got things standing firm. You've got things standing firm in your relationship, in the plans for the potential future. The Emperor is strong. The Emperor is solid. The Emperor is strategic, knows what's going on, comfortable in their life, very solid. Here's you. You're overthinking it. You're in your mind, feeling like, I don't know what's going on. You're running in circles. I always call it the hamster wheel in your mind sometimes, when you just got to stop those thoughts from repeating and constantly spinning your own hamster wheel in there. This is you trying to decide what's real, what's not. I don't know what to do. I think it's all in your mind. Right next to that, we have the world. He's looking right at the world going, I don't know what's keeping me from getting to the world. Yourself. This is about you and your inner journey, not trusting. Now, again, you should be listening to your intuition. You're watching this pick a card because you obviously have a reason to think something might be up. But I do think, based on this and where these cards are going together, that is most likely in your own mind. Still keep that, radar up, because you're obviously picking up on something, but it looks like it's probably nothing. Does that make sense? You are picking up on something, but I don't think it's going to come to fruition. Right here, we have our Empress. Now, the Empress here, this is telling me that your relationship is growing. Look at what she's got underneath her. She's got that same checkerboard floor that our Emperor has, right? Things are moving. Things are solid. You've got the world here, and this is just where you're kind of, be careful not to do self-sabotage and, whatnot. But, and it's good to reflect and just check in with yourself and your boundaries and how you're feeling. But at the same time, don't read into things that don't need to be read into. Does that make sense? Because you've got your world right next to it. There you go. Everything is happy. And then this is your relationship growing. Look at this. They've both got the checkerboard floor. That's strategy. That's planning. That's moving on purpose. Moving together on purpose. Doesn't sound like a cheater. Does not sound like a cheater. So I would say no, they are not cheating. Pile 2. That is good news for you. Pile number 3. Let's find out what's going on. The question is, are they cheating? Are they cheating? Well, I can see that you're questioning things. Obviously, you're watching this pick a card. But what I meant was you're questioning your own self-worth. Am I attractive enough? Am I smart enough? Am I doing enough? Am I fun enough? Am I, those kinds of things. You're looking in this mirror feeling like I'm trapped because I'm not fun enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not handsome enough, whatever. And feeling that you're this person in the mirror here, just like, all blowing, your hair blowing, everything's a mess. You're just feeling like you're trapped, but you're faking it. You're looking in there saying, I'm going to put this facade on if I'm this, looking at herself that way. And here she's going to put on a show. I'm all dressed. I look beautiful. Everything's great. Remember, the cards are symbolism. But what this is saying is you're trapped by your own thoughts. This is your own. You are this girl. You are this girl. You're not this one. And again, this male, female, it's symbolism. So if you're a male watching this, then, you don't have to be this lady in the dress, obviously. Make them a male. But this is what this is saying, that this is in your mind. That's how you see yourself, but that's not how other people see you. You also have to check in. Like I said, you don't want to be just putting on a facade for people. You got to get right with who's in that mirror. So what's really coming, though, is look at what we've got here. We've got bookends. Woo, we've got bookends. Okay, I'll explain that in a minute. 10 of Pentacles. This is about having that security, that family, that, now again, if you're not actually looking to have a physical family, it doesn't mean that. It's a symbolism. Think about it. Having a family, having it all, having everybody come over, having generations. Look, it's grandma, it's mom, it's baby, it's success over time. Being Pentacles, it's also financial success. This is what's going on. You're feeling like this, but this is where it's heading. Right next to it is our Temperance card. Now, this is about balance, saying that everything is okay. There is balance. There's always enough. You can walk up and confidently walk up these stairs, keep these things balanced because you've got this within you. This is where it's going. You're doing a lot of this in your own mind. What have we got on our bookend here? We've got 2 bookends. And by this, I mean, these are explaining kind of how you're looking at yourself and how the reality is. So here, this is arguing with yourself, trying to figure out, what does it mean? Where am I going with this information? Or what can I do better? And this and that. You guys might even be bickering a little bit, and you might be saying, okay, that means they don't love me anymore. He or she doesn't want me anymore. So it's creating these things in your mind, seeing yourself like this, because either arguing with yourself in your mind about it, or even perhaps having some verbal arguments with your person. Either way, it's all for nothing. Look at, it's just a contest, look at, they're doing an arm wrestling contest. It's just about seeing who's stronger, who's better. Nobody's better, nobody's stronger, because you have balance, your Temperance. You have, this is where you're going. You're creating the need for this. Do you see that? Do you see that? So turn this over. Don't look at that. Try to stop that. Now you're going to have a talk with yourself, figure out how you can stop that, but be confident that things are going in the right direction. Looks good. So it looks like no, they are not cheating. All right, pile 3. Hope that helped. Thank you all for coming, and I hope this was very helpful. As I said, the timestamps will be in there. If you'd like to kind of jump around, review, or skip, you can feel free. I have several other videos in my Relationship Warriors series, so if you'd like to take a look at those, and if they'd be helpful, check out my playlist. I do have that in there. And be watching. There'll be another Relationship Warriors video coming soon. Check out my show, 12 p.m. daily, Central Time, Tarot at 12. We're doing free readings. Come and check it out. I will see you soon.